Here with UT Dallas head men's basketball coach Terry Butterfield. Comets 2021-22 season coming up quickly. Coach, thanks for the time today.
My pleasure.
You have a hefty job this season to fill some shoes of some great Comets in the loss of some seniors from last year. You've had a chance now to see your new squad for a couple weeks. Give the fans an idea of what this squad is like. Some adjectives. How do you describe this group?
I think that's easy to begin with. Exciting is my feeling over the past 2 weeks. We've got an interesting group this year. The group is made up of some strong returners, but there's a real influence from some newcomers as well. We have, I think, 8 or 9 new players in our program, and they've infused us with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. So our first 2 weeks have been very productive. Obviously, we're trying to learn our offensive and defensive packages, and we're trying to progress as a team. But I love our heart. I love our enthusiasm. I love our energy. And most importantly, I love our togetherness. So I think it's a great group. We've got 4 upperclassmen that are sort of leading us, and I think they're doing a great job.
I want to talk about one of those upperclassmen, your point guard, Hunter Stevens. Really developed over the last couple of years. He's a leader on and off the floor for you. Talk about Hunter Stevens and his role now.
Well, besides being a great kid, he's a strong, steady influence on our team. You know, he knows where to be and how to get there. I think he really understands what we're trying to accomplish on both ends of the floor. I think he's been a good mentor to all of the young guys as well, and he's got to be sort of that steady rock. Sometimes he'll be out in front, sometimes he'll be behind the scenes, but he's going to have to be a very steadying influence on our group.
A young player last year, freshman Cameron Pruett, really made a splash in his first year with the program. Really developed quickly during the year. I've seen him in the preseason. He looks very, very ready to go in season 2. Talk about Cameron Pruett and what you expect from him here too.
You know, I don't know that we've had a more physically gifted player in my tenure than Cameron. He's right around 6'7". You know, he runs and jumps like a gazelle. He's just gifted physically, and he's got skills to go with his physical gifts. He may be a little bit too humble at times. Incredibly coachable, just a great kid to be around. And I think he's a guy that has to play well for us to be good this year. And he's certainly capable. I think most of the guys on our team know that he's going to get his fair share of touches through the course of the season. He could be a great player when all is said and done here.
You talked about the group of newcomers you got coming in, but I want to focus on one transfer in Donovan Suitor. This is an athletic, energetic, scoring guard. Talk about what you want him to be when he goes on this lineup.
Yeah, Donovan is from Frisco, so he's local, and he played at Richland here in town the last 2 years at the junior college level. And geez, when we saw him last year, he was on a very, very good junior college team. Boy, he can score the ball, and boy, can he shoot. He's just got a knack, and he's got a great demeanor. He's fit in beautifully with all of our guys. It's amazing how quickly he's meshed into our system. And he's got that shooter's mentality, you know. I never see him worried about a missed shot. I think he's supremely confident in his abilities when he gets open to shoot the ball. He can shoot it from deep. And it turns out he puts it on the floor a little bit. He can pull up and get to the rim as well. He's picked up on what we're doing very quickly. That's not so easy for JUCO kids sometimes, but I'm really glad he's with us because I think he could be special going forward.
One of the biggest challenges you're going to have this year is the ASC going to the single division format, going to no longer the East and the West, but you're having to make road trips to everybody in this new year. Talk about the challenges of that and how that's going to affect your coaching style.
Well, you know, it's a whole lot of league games, and that means we're at home and on the road with everybody in the league. Our league just continues to grow talent-wise. There's no nights off anywhere in the league. There's no one that you can just walk in and not be ready to go unless you're willing to walk out with a loss. And our league is extremely athletic. The rigors of travel in our league are well documented. We've got an 8-hour trip to Sul Ross. We've got to go out to Mississippi 7 hours. We've got to go up to Arkansas 5 hours. So, to go to school at a place like this and be competitive academically and then handle all that travel, you've got to have kids with a lot of toughness and a lot of grit. And that's something that we're already talking about as we try to form a team identity is we've got to be gritty, we've got to be tough, we've got to be ready to go on every given night because we're not going to, we're talented, but talented doesn't always equate. You've got to be ready to get up and go every single night in our league. So it's going to be a challenge.
Comets open up their season Tuesday, November 9th at Shriner, and then the ASC and home opener November 13th at home against Bellhaven. Thank you for your time, Coach.
It's my pleasure.